Marysville Bulldogs Coach's Corner, a service of the Citizen State Banks, Darren's Repair, Inline Construction, Dean's Automotive, and Blue Valley Technologies.
Dane's Automotive in Marysville and Waterville has always been your trusted and certified automotive repair shop. But did you know Dane's carries tires? With every major brand and size from pickups, ATVs, trailers, and car tires, Dane's has you covered. Don't wait until the old set gives out. Grab a new set along with balancing, alignments, and front-end work for any make and model. Find Dane's Automotive in Marysville and Waterville online and give them a call to stay on the road, wherever it takes you.
Dreaming of a new home? Let Inline Construction make that dream a reality. Custom home builds from foundation to finish with your plans, or they'll help you with design. Build on your lot or take advantage of Marysville's newest subdivision, Hartley Ridge, at 8th Street and Jayhawk Road. Call today and get started with Inline Construction of Marysville.
Our roots are in agriculture. We're local. Many of us were born and raised in the areas that we serve. Because of that, we make our ag decisions right here at the bank. There's no waiting for some out-of-town approval on your loan requests. So rather than planting your seeds in someone else's field, stop by and let's talk. We're here to help you grow. Citizen State Bank, Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Member FDIC.
Welcome into the Marysville Bulldog Coach's Corner program, joined today by head coach Tony Trimble. Coach, a tough 48-0 loss there on Friday night versus Nemaha Central. I know there's always some silver linings, hopefully, in games like that. What did you hopefully take away that they'll build on moving through this week and the season too as well?
Well, it's kind of like we talked about last week, Max. You know, when you're a little bit inexperienced like we are this year, we're going to go through ups and downs, and that's kind of the way the game went Friday night. You know, it starts off with us allowing a kickoff return for a touchdown right out the gate, and then we struggled a little bit offensively early and gave them a couple really short fields, but then we kind of settled in. I felt like most of the third quarter we had the ball. You know, there's a couple turnovers in there by them. We had the punt, and they fumbled the punt, and we recovered it, and then we were driving and threw a pick down close to the end zone, and luckily when we went to make the tackle on that guy, we stripped the ball from him and got it back. So we were able to have the ball for most of the entire third quarter, which was good. You know, I saw some good things from some of our quarterbacks. Both of our quarterbacks did some really nice things, and Grant ran the ball really well. So, yeah, there's always some silver linings, but as coaches, our job is to focus on the things that we got to get better at, and there was plenty of those for this week that we can work on.
And of course, I don't get an opportunity to see these games. Bruce Deerking has an opportunity on that call, but he said you did have a chance to play two quarterbacks in that. And I know your comment last week, you're not a fan of that, but maybe in this game, did you have an opportunity to see what both of them could show in real game experience?
Yeah, Bo started the game for us. He played the whole first half. We were down 35-0 at a half. Bo really did nothing wrong or did anything to really hurt our team, but we just thought it was a good time to go ahead and get a look at Grady, let him step in and play the second half. And like I said, we saw some really good things from both of them. They both have a lot of room to grow and improve. But it's exciting that we got two kids that we feel like are capable of doing what we need them to do on a Friday night.
Now, I feel like a big part of the learning experience with an inexperienced team, and stop me if I'm wrong, but is going back, watching that film on Saturday, and then hopefully learning from them. So were those boys able to hopefully grasp on to maybe what you had been preaching all summer long, see it, then in film on Friday, and hopefully realize, hey, there's things we do need to work on?
Well, I think so. I mean, this group of kids have been willing to do what it takes to try to get to the next level every day. I mean, we talk to them every day about just got to get better today. Doesn't have to be a lot better today, but by the time, if we get a little bit better each day, then that adds up to be quite a bit better a longer period of time. So this group of kids they came to film. They were eager to be coached through the film, and they were attentive. But, yes, we got some work to do, and part of that's on us as coaches. We just got to do a better job of getting them, finding ways to get them to understand what we need and get them to do the things we need to do.
I'm sure in your years of coaching, you've found that on different years. Some groups really take to certain ways you coach, and some groups are different. Is that kind of one of those things maybe this year, like you just mentioned, kind of learning how both of you learn in that sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been my philosophy that, if I have a kid, tell a kid to do something and show him how to do something, and he does it wrong, then I'm going to reteach it to him and try to get him to do it again. If he continues to do it wrong, then I need to find a different way to get that message across to him. It's not the kid's fault necessarily. I don't think the kids are trying to intentionally sabotage our team. I just got to find a different way to get the message across, or what we're trying to get accomplished, and hopefully I'll find a way that they will understand that and be able to improve each week.
And chatting with you before, I think last week was one of those games, an experienced team, Nemaha Central, you guys kind of learning that opportunity, a chance to learn, move on. And now you have Hiawatha coming up. We were talking just a little bit before about what the Redhawks have this year, but what do they have that you're needing to prepare for from Friday night?
Well, they're a physical football team. They got some big guys up front. They're going to be very similar in size to what we faced last Friday night, and they're very aggressive. I really feel like their offensive and defensive line are very aggressive kids. They like to try to bully people around and be physical, and so we're going to have to make sure we're prepared for that. They run the flex bone offense, which is what we run, so we have a good understanding of what they're trying to accomplish, and hopefully that our kids will have a good understanding of that as well. So, we got to improve on what we do. Obviously, the nice thing is we're playing a team that runs something that we're familiar with, and so that allows us to focus more on us this week instead of having to think about spending a whole lot of time trying to focus on preparing for something different or new.
And one last here before you, Tony, and I don't know if this really matters a whole lot, but you guys do start a stretch of 3 straight road games. I remember in high school, and you get on that bus, and it's kind of just a different mentality. How do you approach now, 3 straight weeks that you guys have to be on the road coming up here before a game first part of October?
Well, I mean, obviously we would prefer to play at home. We got a great stadium and a great atmosphere here, but that's the way it works. Last year we were lucky to have these 3 games at home, so this year they're on the road. But it's definitely something when we're talking about the situation that our team's in right now. We definitely don't want that to be a distraction or a factor. So we'll talk to them about how we want to approach that throughout the week, and hopefully make that trip a little less stressful and not as much of a factor.
Yeah, I think, like you mentioned right there at the end, don't make it a factor. Focus on football. It's still the same game you've been playing your entire life. Well, I wish you luck coming up Friday on your first road trip there at Hiawatha. Again, talking with Tony Trimble, head coach of the Marysville Bulldogs. As always, I appreciate the time, Tony, and hopefully we'll talk with you after a 1-1 record next Monday.
That sounds like a good idea, Max.
Sometimes the simplest ways just work the best. When you need automotive repair or service, call Darren Svoboda with Darren's Auto Repair. You'll get an experienced mechanic that you can trust to do the job right the first time. When you call, you'll talk with a mechanic, not an appointment advisor. He'll work to get your job in and out and get you back on the road. Always putting the customer first. Darren works to let you choose how much or how little repair work you actually need. Ask around. His reputation speaks for itself. Darren Svoboda with Darren's Auto Repair. A little out of the way in the alley at 604 Oak Street in Marysville, but sure worth finding. Call Darren at 562-7745.
Back to school means your household is back online. With Blue Valley Technologies, try out a 3-month internet speed boost with no long-term commitments. Keep your family connected with 24/7 tech support, plus parental controls with worry-free Wi-Fi. Sign up to receive 3 months free, plus free installation. Not a current Blue Valley Technologies customer? Sign up for the best in internet service and get a $100 bill credit. Visit bluevalley.net.
Marysville Bulldogs Coaches Corner, a service of the Citizen State Bank's Darren's Repair, Inline Construction, Dean's Automotive, and Blue Valley Technology.